another edge of the seat prog review. Oh, buckle down, for we are reviewing A Genesis in My Bed, Steve Hackett, the autobiography. There it is. It's a slim volume by Weimer Publishing. How many pages is it? 180 pages with its indices and some pictures as well. There you go. Lots of pictures. It's another one, hot on the heels of the Steve Howe biography. We have this one by Mr. Hackett. It's not the first time. There was a fan biography a few years back, which I didn't enjoy. But that's what happens when you get fans writing your biographies. Whereas this is the genuine article. It's very different to Steve Howe's biography. For there's no trumpet blowing involved. Like I said, it whizzes along at an incredible speed. There's not an inch of fat on this story. It's just lean to the bone. Like I say, Hackett really just gets into it, and tells his story rather well, I feel. I mean, you get a real sense of the man. There'll be many that complain that he doesn't talk about this record or that song or what happened here or this gig or that gig, but you've got to remember with rock and roll stars, and you know, they may have had a few strong cigarettes back in the day, and their memories are a little bit addled. You don't get the sense of that with Hackett. What you do get is an incredibly candid biography. He's honest about certain things. Some things he does gloss over. There's some bits that are missed out of the story, and there are probably reasons for that. I'm not going to go into them here. You read the book and you come away with your version of it. But what you get is, like I say, a real insight into the man. You know, what makes him tick, who he is. A real sense of his personality. It's a book filled with charm, humour, good humour, and yeah. While there are some, I wouldn't say he bitches about other rock musicians. He presents the events fairly. Again, he's always I think he's very fair. The only time he isn't fair is when he kind of loses his marbles over punk, and the reviews of his albums in that period from the Melody Maker and Record Mirror and places like that, that I could have done without. That's really, you know, if you can't handle bad reviews, you know, you shouldn't really be doing anything creative. You've got to learn to ignore them or rise above it, or like I do, laugh at them, because I find them greatly amusing. Also, he's not happy with Malcolm McLaren joining the ranks of Charisma Records in the 80s, and kind of blames him for his record deal being nixed, not the fact that maybe his records weren't selling and that things have moved on. Again, McLaren is a divisive figure. I've always liked him. I thought he was a clever guy, probably too clever, probably misunderstood, and he knew an awful lot about music, you know, with his Double Dutch and Duck Rock albums, and the later albums when he fused classical music and opera with, you know, pop. He knew a lot about music and had a great love for music. So I do feel that Hackett's a little bit unfair there. However, you know, he talks about his time in Genesis. The Genesis fans probably say not enough time is spent on this. He talks about his solo career. Fans will probably say he doesn't spend a lot of time on that. There are bits that are missing. There are bits that are kind of glossed over. Like I said, there may be reasons behind this. I don't know. But what I do know is I come away from it liking Hackett even more, because I've always liked him. Always thought he was one of the good guys. You know, and he talks, like I say, talks with great honesty and great candidness. The title is explained. Again, I'm not going to spoil it here. You have to read the book. I still think it's not the best title for an autobiography or a biography, because it's a little bit obtuse. I think he could have done a better job of that. The title is the worst thing about it. But you know, when you read it, it makes sense. But I wouldn't necessarily have gone there. You know, but you know, it's certainly, the explanation certainly hits you out of left field, and you know, shows you his candidness and honesty in this. And like I said, he does talk, you know, he does tell, you know, rock and roll stories of excess, not too much excess, but it's there for you. It really is sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Yeah, shocking. From the quiet guy, as they called him, lock up your daughter's Hackett, I believe, at one point. So yeah, I mean, it's you know, it's a. I thought, well, again, because he's done it himself, he gets bonus points for that, the same way, you know, as Howe did. You certainly see the inner workings of the man. There are explanations of where songs and albums and ideas come from, which is cool. I like that. There are plenty of rock and roll anecdotes. Probably could have done with more, you know. I mean, the thing is it's a slim volume. I could have, you know, yeah, I want more. He leaves you wanting more. But you know, in terms of the way it's written, it owes more to Phil Collins's Not Dead Yet biography. That, you know, it's over that side with the, you know, of how it tells the story. Whereas Collins does spend more time, you know, going through it. Hackett, like I say, it's a whistle-stop journey through. My only real criticism of it is the ending, because it, you know, again, how do you end a biography? Because you're still alive, you know. It's always going to be a hard one to pull off. And he talks about, you know, the people he works with and all the travelling he's done. It becomes a bit of a travel log. And yeah, I mean, it just kind of disappears up its own fundament at the end. But again, I appreciate that, because it is hard to, you know, where do you put the full stop on this? Because like Phil Collins, he's not dead yet. So, you know, the ending is a little bit of a, well, I described it as a bit of a stick landing. So I mean, that's my only criticism of it, really. I liked it a lot. I thought it was enjoyable. I whizzed through it. It kept me. I read it in an afternoon or an evening. It kept me wanting to read. A page turner. Again, that's down to his engaging style. You know, he's got a really free and easy way of writing, and like I say, and you feel that it's his words in your head, him talking. A very conversational manner of writing, which is well, again, when it comes to a biography, it owes itself to that genre, as it were. So yeah, my only criticism is the ending's a little bit, but I understand that. Would come about, that comes about, and also, you know, it could have been a little bit longer, maybe. Could have been a bit bigger, you know. But then, you know, that's it. But yeah, I think it's much more worthy than the Howe one. The Howe one was just hard reading, and again, the details were all in the wrong place, if you know what I mean. Whereas this is, like I say, it's a good book. It is a good book, and I liked it. So yeah, I mean, this is I've even got, look, he's even scribbled in it. Where is it? Right, I've got to find it. Where did he scribble it? got to find the signature now. Let's see. He even scribbled in it. I was hoping it would be a numbered one, but oh, it is. It is a numbered one. How dope am I? Look, number 523 of 1,000. I thought it was only going to be like 500. Oh well, doesn't matter. But it is a numbered one. I wasn't paying attention. I was too keen to you know, to get through the book. But yeah, great stuff. And like I say, we even get a really good cheese story in there as well. And who doesn't love a good cheese story? Thank you, Steve. You don't know how much that anecdote alone was worth the price of the book, and made me love you even more. You know, I know you probably don't think that, even though I am. I am the Howard Stern of Prog. I'm not. I just, you know what I'm like. If you follow me, you know what I'm like by now. But yeah, definitely recommended if you're a Genesis fan, or of course if you're a Hackett fan. And I'm a Hackett fan, and I remember back when I was 17, it was a very good year. I spent my time listening to Voyage of the Hackett and to a lesser extent Spectral Mornings, and it's him that kind of made me want to do the whole melodic guitar music stuff. It's this fella here. Alright, so, and I owe you a debt, I suppose. The world will curse you for the amount of terrible music I've inflicted on it, but Mr. Hackett, if you're watching, doubtful, if you are, thank you very much, and thank you for the book. I bought it, I'm thanking him for writing it. Thank you for writing the book. Very good. I look forward to volume 2, maybe, or an expanded version. Expanded. Thank you for watching. My name's been Darren. I've been talking about Mr. Hackett's Genesis in his bed. Look at him. Look at him there. Look up your wives and daughters. What a charmer. There's only one more thing left to say, and that is prog on.